There's another development. There's actually another political development of great import tonight. I'd like you to frame this and put it in the correct context. And the Associated Press now having declared that the Democrat Travis Childers will win the special election for the 1st Congressional District of Mississippi, the 3rd Democrat to win House seats in staunchly Republican districts. Give us what that means and what that means in terms of the general and even if there has some play in the Obama-Clinton.
That is a seismic election.
Yes, it is.
Believe me. The earth moved, Keith. The Democrats have won Denny Hassard's seat in Illinois, Republican seat, the seat in Louisiana, and now the seat in Mississippi. This is a district that voted for George Bush with over 60% of the vote. There was a initial election in this seat just a few weeks ago, and the Democratic candidate fell about 400 votes short, so it had to go to a runoff. Vice President Cheney was in there yesterday campaigning all day for this Republican candidate and for the Republican candidate. And the Republicans went up on the air linking the Democratic candidate to Obama with some ads that many people were questioning as to whether or not they did not have racial overtones. But they kept hammering, saying, this Democratic candidate has the values of Barack Obama. And if, in fact, the Democrat wins that seat tonight, 3 Republican districts that have gone to the Democrats are a really extraordinary indication of what's going on out in the country. And I'd like to hear Mike Huckabee on this, because that is the kind of empirical evidence that is just overwhelming as to what's in the mindset of the American people.
And this just makes this...
You ask, let's oblige you. Governor Huckabee is in front of is still in front of the camera. Okay. Let's go right to it. What does it mean from your perspective, Governor?
Yeah, I'm still in the front of the camera after that question. I wish I wasn't. Look, let's be realistic. We can spin it any way we want to, but that is not a good sign. That Mississippi race was a critical one. It's one the Republicans should have won. I, in fact, went there and campaigned for the candidate. It looked like that we had a real shot at that. And I think that it really does indicate that the Republican brand is badly damaged. John McCain can't run the Republican brand. He's got to run a different approach. If he just says, I'm the Republican candidate, I don't think it's a very good year. But people ultimately don't buy the brand, they buy the cereal. They're not buying Kellogg's, they're buying Frosted Flakes. So what we've got to be able to do is to show that there are individuals out there that are worth supporting and worth electing, but they can't go out there and ride the elephant down Main Street, because if they do, the elephant's going to get shot out from under them.
Wow. Gentlemen, I think Tim first, then the governor. It seems to me that this raises the value of the Democratic nomination for president, doesn't it?
Oh, enormously. I think Governor Huckabee just gave a very candid analysis and assessment. It's one that Republicans have given me privately for months now. They are very, very fearful of what's coming this fall. If you talk to the McCain people, they know that after Labor Day, the issues are going to be the economy. We're near recession. It's time for a change. Gasoline prices, $4 a gallon, time for a change. The Iraq War, year 6, it's time for a change. 8 years of George Bush, it's time for a change. You can hear the chant. And the only way to overcome that is suggest that the person the Democrats want to put in the Oval Office isn't up to the job. Because on the issues, it's going to be very difficult for a Republican candidate to deal with what I believe is the wave of change that we're sensing in the country, certainly witnessed by these 3 congressional districts, which are solid Republican seats.
I've never seen anything like it. Ever in my life have I seen a party lose at its base these kind of elections. These are by-elections, but God, Governor Huckabee, neither side have I ever seen a party. It's like the Democrats losing the Republicans in Brooklyn. I mean, it's unimaginable.
Well, it's not a good night, but, I still think that there's a good opportunity for John McCain, perhaps better than any other Republican, to go out there and make the case that they're not voting for the Republican. They're voting for him as an experienced, seasoned, mature, capable, ready-to-go leader. And that's what the election will come down to, is America may want change, but they may find that John McCain represents a change they can trust rather than a change that by November, not tonight, but by November, with Obama, they're not sure they're ready for.
And speaking of which, the Pacello election may be coming up for that seat.
Yes.
And speaking of Brooklyn,
with extra congressional districts for the congressman involved in the process. Tim Russert, thank you. Governor Huckabee, thank you.